Welcome back, folks. Tonight, we end our broadcast on a hopeful note with a special holiday-themed edition of our Brighter Side segment. We go to our field reporter, Alex Anderson, for the story. There is no doubt in anyone's mind that this has been a year unlike any other. But with 2021 on the horizon, many people are looking forward to the next season with hope. Typical New Year's resolutions abound, from getting in shape to eating healthier to learning a new skill or managing their mental health. My New Year's resolution is to eat more vegetables. And to get a new set of gloves. But I was curious if I could find some more unusual goals for the new year, perhaps even some super resolutions. So I reached out to some of the city's most well-known citizens to see what they have in mind to make the new year better than ever. My New Year's resolution is to learn more about new tech and try and stay up to date. I've kind of been sliding by a lot lately on my previous knowledge and, well, my superpowers, but I really love learning new things. I mean, that's why I got into computer science in the first place, and I hardly ever give myself an opportunity to do stuff that I love in my downtime, so that's my New Year's resolution this year. I might even mess around and learn a new coding language. How fun would that be? When that interview proved to be too boring for broadcast, I turned to another source. My New Year's resolution is to go to every single national park in the US of A. I love trekking it out into the wilderness and seeing all the natural beauty that this country has to offer. I mean, I've been to a lot of places, but did you know that there are 423 national parks here? That's just on the national level, and I've only been to 327. Embarrassing. So I'm gonna start on the West Coast and go north to south and then work my way east by time zone. It's gonna be so much fun. Time-traveling hero Quantum Annie has a different perspective on the holiday. New Year's resolution. Boy, I haven't heard that term in a long time. I don't really believe in making New Year's resolutions. You see, time isn't objectively linear, so it makes no sense. It overlaps, it doubles back on itself. It's kind of like a line drawn by a whole classroom of kindergartners with a bunch of different colors and no artistic ability whatsoever. However, I would really like to learn to drive a time cycle. Right now, whenever I need to make a time-space jump, I use my time-space manipulator on my wrist, or I take the Chronowagon. It's a great model. It has a 6.2-liter particle manipulator and a vortex module that purrs like a kitten, but it kind of stands out in a crowd about 2250, and it is really conspicuous before about the 19th century. I don't like having to walk or find transportation wherever I'm at once I make the jump. If I had a time cycle, I could just buzz around and find my way that way. The wheel has been around a lot longer than the combustion engine. So I guess that would be my New Year's resolution for 2121. Oh, is it? Oh, silly me. I forgot to set my chronograph back the last time I jumped. No wonder my video games haven't been connecting to the extranet. I also reached out to a few of our more notorious citizens, and the ones who responded to my inquiry have a slightly more villainous take on resolutions. Dr. Doe, supervillain Hall of Famer and world-famous villainy tutor, claims she has already achieved her pinnacle. Now, why would I need to make a resolution for the new year, darling? You can't improve what is already perfect. I suppose I could resolve to make my students even more supervillainous, like myself, but that's not really my duty, is it? It is up to the student to take what they can from the master and then apply it to their own lives. All I have to do is remain my impeccable self, and voila! Resolution achieved. Finally, I had a conversation with the most annoying, prolific supervillain this city has ever seen. Anxious Annie, whose presence has plagued the city with pranks since she first started her criminal career, has but one goal in mind.
My New Year's resolution is the same as it is every year. Find out Super Annie's secret identity and reveal it to the world.
And then what?
What?
What would you do with that information once you shared it?
I don't understand what.
What's your end game? So people end up knowing who she really is. It might be easier to kidnap her friends and family as leverage, but do you really think that that would keep her from thwarting your plans to take over the city? Do you really think that would stop her from being a superhero?
Oh, I guess not. That's just kind of what supervillains do, you know. They find a superhero to be their arch nemesis, and then they find out their secret identity and destroy them. Those are like the rules.
But how would that destroy her? If you share her secret with the public, all you would really be doing is giving every other supervillain the same advantage. You'd only be stacking the deck against yourself. And besides, she already created one secret identity. What's to stop her from creating another?
Oh, cheese and crackers, I think you might be onto something. Have I been wasting all my time and energy on a completely useless and futile plan? My entire life's work, my whole identity has hinged upon this very mission. If it doesn't achieve what I set out to accomplish... well, great. Now I have to come up with a new resolution and a new 5-year plan. Thanks a lot, lady.
There you have it, folks. Whatever you decide to do to improve your 2021, I recommend you take some tips from the supers and think carefully before you set your goals. This is Alex Anderson for KAMP 9 News, saying Happy New Year, if that even exists, and good night. Unlike any other, but with 2020. I waited too long.
On a hopeful note, with another segment of our the holiday-themed edition of our Brighter Side segment.
Anxious Annie has been plaguing the city with her prank. Has plagues whose presence? And it's completely,
Find out Secret Annie's super
identity.
The Brighter Side segment. No, on a hopeful note.
Anxious Annie, whose presence has plagued the city with pranks.
My whole identity is hinged upon this very mission.
We end tonight. Come on, Annie, you can do it.
Thanks a lot, lady.